Hello and welcome to Intellings, where we explore the latest and most impactful works from authors, researchers, and experts across various fields. If you're eager to delve into groundbreaking insights shaping our understanding of health, psychology, and human potential, you're in the right place. Today, we're discussing a fascinating and provocative book that challenges how we think about aging, health, and the mind-body connection, Counterclockwise, Mindful Health and the Power of Possibility by Ellen J. Langer. What if aging isn't just a biological process, but also a psychological one? What if changing our mindset could literally slow down or even reverse aging? Dr. Langer, a Harvard psychologist and one of the pioneers of the science of mindfulness, argues that many of the physical declines we associate with aging are actually self-imposed, the result of cultural expectations and mindless behavior, rather than inevitable biological deterioration. The book presents eye-opening research showing that when people change the way they think about themselves, especially their expectations about age, health, and physical abilities, their bodies respond as if they were younger. Dr. Langer's work raises a fascinating question. Could the way we think about aging be prematurely aging us? One of the most compelling studies detailed in Counterclockwise is Dr. Langer's now famous counterclockwise experiment conducted in 1979. She took a group of elderly men in their late 70s and early 80s and placed them in a carefully controlled 1959 environment, a setting where everything was designed to mimic the past. The participants lived for a full week as though they had traveled back in time, surrounded by vintage furniture, magazines, newspapers, music, and even television programs from 1959. But the experiment didn't stop at the aesthetics. The men were not simply reminiscing about the past. They were expected to act as if they were actually living in 1959, discussing contemporary events from that time and engaging in daily activities as though they were 20 years younger. The results were stunning. After just 1 week, the men showed measurable improvements in vision, hearing, memory, dexterity, posture, and physical strength. Even more remarkably, independent observers who looked at before and after pictures of the men rated them as appearing younger after the experiment. This study challenged everything we thought we knew about aging. It suggested that aging might not just be a biological process, but also a psychological and environmental one. It showed that when people believe they are younger and behave accordingly, their bodies respond as if they are actually younger. Dr. Langer's research fundamentally questions the way we treat aging in society. Instead of assuming that older people are inevitably declining, she argues that many of the symptoms of aging are the result of cultural expectations and self-fulfilling prophecies. The key takeaway from Counterclockwise is simple. Mindset matters. If we expect decline, we experience decline. If we challenge assumptions about aging, we may be able to slow it down or even reverse some of its effects. Dr. C. Langer's broader argument is that many of the health problems we face are not purely physical. They are deeply tied to our beliefs and perceptions. She shows how subtle changes in language, awareness, and expectations can lead to dramatic improvements in weight management, chronic pain relief, cognitive function, and overall happiness and well-being. One of the most powerful aspects of her work is how practical and actionable it is. She doesn't just talk about theory. She gives real-life examples of people who have transformed their lives by shifting their perceptions of aging, health, and limitations. Now let's take a look at what readers and critics have said about Counterclockwise. On Amazon, the book holds an average rating of 4.4 out of 5 stars, with many reviewers calling it life-changing. One reader writes, "A mind-expanding, enthralling book with implications for living a mindful, happy life." Another describes it as one of the most important books I've ever read. It challenges everything I thought I knew about health and aging. Over on Goodreads, Counterclockwise maintains a solid 3.85 rating with over 700 reviews. A reader there notes, Langer's research is fascinating and her writing is engaging and easy to understand. The book makes you question all the truths we've been told about getting older. Another reviewer highlights how relevant the book is in today's world, saying, "This book has made me rethink how I approach my health. It's not just about diet and exercise. Your beliefs about aging matter just as much. Beyond reader reviews, Counterclockwise has received high praise from leading experts in psychology, health, and wellness. Daniel Goleman, the author of Emotional Intelligence, describes it as brilliant insights into subtleties that hold us back in life and shows the way to shining new possibilities. Andrew Weil, MD, one of the world's leading integrative medicine experts, says, Ellen Langer presents fascinating scientific data and argues convincingly that we should learn to take greater control of our health through the practice of mindfulness. The book has also been featured in the New York Times, Time Magazine, and Psychology Today, where it has been widely discussed as a must-read for anyone interested in aging, health, and the power of the mind. So, is Counterclockwise worth reading? Our verdict, absolutely. 4.5 out of 5 stars. It's a fascinating, well-researched, and deeply inspiring book that challenges conventional wisdom about health and aging. If you are interested in psychology, neuroscience, or health science, this book is a must-read. If you are looking for ways to maintain or improve your health as you age, Dr. Langer's insights could change the way you think about aging. If you are a professional in healthcare, wellness, or coaching, this book provides a new perspective on patient care and well-being. If you are curious about the power of mindfulness and perception, you'll find this book deeply engaging and eye-opening. And now, here's a special announcement. We're thrilled to share that Dr. Moss, Ellen Langer, will soon be appearing on Intellings for an exclusive interview. We'll be discussing how mindset influences health and longevity, the latest research in aging and mindfulness, and practical ways to apply these findings in daily life. If you'd like to be notified about this exciting interview, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss it. If you're interested in picking up Counterclockwise, you can find it at Amazon, Barnes & Noble, and other major bookstores. That's it for today's episode of Intellings, where we review the latest and most thought-provoking books from authors, researchers, and experts. If you enjoyed this discussion, be sure to subscribe so you don't miss our next deep dive into the latest groundbreaking books. Until next time, stay curious, stay mindful, and keep expanding your horizons.